If you're looking for some awesome movies or TV shows featuring age gap relationship, in this video, we will recommend the top 10 age gap relationship movies, so check it out. Number 10. Kingdoms, 2017. Director, Palayo Lira.
¿Qué onda con esa mina? ¿Cómo se llama?
Sofía.
¿Qué onda?
Nada.
Alejandro is in his first year at university. Sofia is finishing her dissertation. They are essentially ordinary individuals, but under the guidance of director Lira, the actors give natural performances that transform them into real characters, unique representatives of their kind. The story, told with candor, excellent observational skills, and cool, detached realism, shows the anatomy of a relationship between a young college student and an older woman than him. Number 9. Family Practice, 2018. Director, Jeshua Dreyfus.
Ich habe noch nie getroffen. Ich fühle mich als wäre ich 30.
Mach's gut.
On the day of his father Carl's 60th birthday, which brings the family together for Shabbat, Simon wants to introduce his new girlfriend to his parents. As if Simon were his best friend, Carl tells his son that he feels 30 years younger since he started sleeping with Sonia, the new secretary. Simon lets his mother Agnes force his hand to transcribe his father's book so that Carl does not go on vacation with Sonia. While his parents sunbathe on a nudist beach, Simon enters into a captivating game of cat and mouse with Sonia and finds himself more and more stuck in the inextricable web of family relationships. Number 8. May, December, January, 2022. Director, Mac Alejandra.
Hindi ko matiis na nasasaktan ko yung anak ko.
Maghihiwalay tayo, tayong tatlo lang din yung masasaktan.
A story about a single mom and a career woman, Claire, and her son, Paul, have a very good relationship despite not having a father figure. But this is tested when Claire falls in love with Migoy, her son's best friend. The feeling is mutual, so the two decided to hide their relationship not just from the judgmental people, but even from Paul. This further complicates when it is revealed that Paul is also secretly in love with Migoy. Number 7. Dreng, 2011. Director, Peter Gansler.
Sådan en vaskemaskine, er den svær at installere?
Hvem er det?
En, der lige har flyttet ind i nummer 18.
Ja, jeg var ikke engang, skal jeg være den første.
Christian is an 18-year-old young man living with his mother, with whom he has silent conversations and at night. After graduation, he finds a job as an assistant to the janitor John, who has no problem drinking during working hours. One day he is surprised by the newly moved in 36-year-old, very good-looking, sexy tenant Santa, who starts seducing Christian after asking him to help her install a washing machine. Soon, he is drawn into a world of romance and turns into a love affair which forces Christian to deal with his newly discovered sides. Number 6. A Minute's Silence, 2016. Director, Thorsten Schmidt. The end of a summer, in a small fishing town, a forbidden love story takes root. Before the start of the school year, 18-year-old Christian falls in love with the new English teacher, Stella Peterson. The two are drawn to each other, and the attraction between them overwhelms them both. As Christian begins to make plans for their future together, Stella begins to drift away. Facing her loss, Christian remembers his first love, a love made up of a few fleeting moments that will shape his life forever. Number 5. Mammal, 2016. Director, Rebecca Daly.
I've been around you. Although sometimes I could smash your skull.
A grieving divorcee develops an intense bond with a homeless teenager who evokes memories of her dead son. After he moves into her home, their relationship is threatened by his involvement with a gang and the anger of her ex-husband. Margaret, a divorcee living in Dublin, loses her teenage son. She develops an unorthodox relationship with Joe, a homeless youth. Their tentative trust is threatened by his involvement with a violent gang and the escalation of her ex-husband's grieving rage. Number 4. A Higher Law, 2021. Director, Octav Chalaru.
Din Hale, Germania. Mă rog, e de aici, dar a fost plecat. S-a întors înapoi singur pentru neadaptare socială.
Katerina Ivanovici is a religion teacher and the wife of the town priest. The woman begins a love relationship with Iuliu, a 16-year-old student with a tumultuous past. Inspired by true events, a higher law follows the story of Katerina, who, in an attempt to control her younger lover and protect her family, ends up losing control herself along the way. While the woman faces a real crisis of faith, Iulia's passion becomes more and more dangerous, especially when the teenager begins to confess to the priest. Number 3. Lethal Seduction, 2015. Director, Nancy Leopardi.
Make a wish. Maybe it'll come true.
And what she doesn't know is that her little boy...
I'm sorry. Do you work here?
A mother fights to protect her son from the romantic advances of an older, predatory woman who's obsessed with him. High school senior Mark Richards has never minded his overprotective widowed mother, Tanya, and is a good son to her as he prepares to go off to Princeton in the fall. However, when he comes under the romantic spell of the rapacious, manipulative older woman Carissa Barrington, he finds himself in the middle of two strong, unreasonable women, one of whom is insane. Number 2. Palm Springs, 2020. Director, Max Barbakow.
Question. I have, but it takes a lot of work.
May I cut in? It's the first dance. And that's a deal breaker?
Stuck in a time loop, two wedding guests develop a budding romance while living the same day over and over again. Niles meets Sarah, the maid of honor and family black sheep. After he rescues her from a disastrous toast, Sarah becomes drawn to Niles and his offbeat nihilism. But when their impromptu tryst is thwarted by a surreal interruption, Sarah must join Niles in embracing the idea that nothing really matters, and they begin wreaking spirited havoc on the wedding celebration. Number 1. The Reader, 2008. Director, Stephen Daldry.
What are we trying to do?
We are trying to understand.
Look at that woman.
Which woman?
The woman you're always staring at.
I don't know which woman you mean.
A teenager, Michael Berg, meets by chance Hannah, a 35-year-old woman with whom he becomes the lover. Thus begins a secret and passionate affair. For several months, Michael joins Hannah at her house every day, and one of their games involves him reading to her. Hannah mysterious and unpredictable. One day she disappears, leaving Michael heartbroken. 8 years later, as a law student, Michael attends the Nazi war crimes trials. He finds Hannah. Little by little, Hannah's secret past is revealed.